sucker! Hey, is being a woman always this much fun?
We interrupt this program for an important address from the President of the United States.
My fellow Americans, we are facing a momentous time in the history of our nation, a time when every man must stand up and say,
Here, hold this. Ooh. 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 Yeah, I like this. I like it a lot. An Oval Office means no corners, and no corners means no cobwebs, and no cobwebs means no dusting. Leaving the maid with lots of time to do other things, you know what I mean? Ooh, what's this?
Don't touch that!
Well, aren't we Mr. Cranky Boy this morning?
I am not Mr. Cranky Boy. I am President of the United States of America.
Is this the hotline to the Pentagon? Oh, can we bomb Switzerland? Ever since I forgot my account number, they've been nothing but rude to me.
Cancel that order? I told you not to touch that.
How much?
How much for what?
Well, the big chair, the round room, the White House, and this hotline to melted Swiss cheese.
This office is not for sale. If you want it, you have to earn it. Do you know what an election is?
Why, sure, I wake up with one every morning. On behalf of everyone here at the Mr. Hell show, I would like to apologize for that last remark. It wasn't grown up or clever. And neither was that. Look, perhaps we'd better start again. This'll really kickstart my campaign. I challenge you to an election!
I know the American people will not let this pitiful pretender distract them from the serious and complex issues that face us all.
Hey, everybody, a talking dog. Vote for Mr. Hill! Vote for Mr. Hill! And I'll be back winning more hearts and minds right after this fine cartoon.
But this is prime time, so here's a few sound bites instead.
Tutu, clam, shoehorn.
And they're off, traveling here, there, and even stopping to campaign. It's on to the West Coast, if only they can find LA in that smog.
I promised you a revival of American values.
I promise all nude Academy Awards.
I will fight for a return to a strong work ethic.
Everyone can goof off and be vice president for a day. He gets my vote.
But wait, why are they going back to Washington?
Hello, Pentagon. Invade Switzerland. We must liberate the gnomes of Zurich from Swiss domination.
There's panic. Panic in the crowd. Someone is in a window of the book depository.
Incredible. Some of these jokes are over 2 million years old.
But you've got the wrong guy. I only had encyclopedias. Look behind the knoll.
The enormous sympathy of the general public has brought me much comfort in this difficult time.
I'm certain this little misunderstanding will do nothing to hurt my campaign. I'll be back in business as soon as my lawyer gets here to post bail.
About that, sir.
No prison can hold the next president of the United States. Thank you, Mr. Prez. Ah, democracy. Still the best government money can buy. Anything to declare?
No, nothing.
Any drink, any drugs, any foul, disgusting habits?
Huh?
How about secret cravings or strange desires?
I don't know what you're...
Oh, come on. You can level with me. We've all had them. When did you first start fancying your sister?
What?
Or was it your mother? Or was it your dog?
I have never...
Oh, that bothers you, right? All those feverish frustrations building up inside you like a pressure cooker ready to blow.
I'll have you know that I'm very happy with my life.
Sure you are, with a son who hates your guts and a best friend who's screwing your wife.
Ernie?
Yeah, I wasn't the first, Ralph.
Can you explain this nasty shadow on your lungs?
No, I'm not a doctor.
Pity. If you were, you might have caught it in time. Oh, you look kind of pale, sir.
I need to sit down.
Here, take 2 of these. They'll make you feel better.
Really?
Really.
Thanks.
Okay, guys, I got one. Narcotics. Next. Hello, and welcome to Who Needs 'Em? A guide to living alone for the single man. On this week's show, you'll be watching me watching football all day with no pants on. Hey! But first, that must be the pizza boy. Angela, what brings you here?
Necessity. Here's your son.
Salutations, Father.
It was a holiday thing.
I was going through a period of low self-esteem.
Damien, you little hellspawn, how's it hanging?
At about eye level, Father.
No, oops.
You hadn't forgotten he was coming, had you?
Is the Pope popish? I got lots of fun things planned, and I've stocked up on all his favorite foods.
I'm going to get my wings permed. I'll be back for him at 7.
So, Helster, chip off the old executioner's block. What's it to be? Wanna dump nuclear waste in an area of outstanding natural beauty? Or go tell some fat guys they look good in white slacks?
There is no need for special arrangements, sir. I merely wish to do the things that ordinary fathers do with their sons.
Oh, great. There's a TV and the remote. I'll be back when the bars close.
Father, you misunderstand. I meant ordinary, decent fathers.
But we like being normal, conforming makes us high, discussing mortgage, tax relief and doing DIY.
Father?
There you go, Damien. The park. Great, huh?
I had envisaged something a little greener.
Just wait till you've been on some of those rides. So, what's it to be? The slaughter coaster? Or Adventures in Whiplash?
Neither. I see my kind of ride over there. Sing along, Father.
And we're glad to be upon it. A cute little world.
I think I'm gonna...
Its eyes are big and baby. Its hair is blonde and curled. It's a cute little world. Bulimia!
But you are certain the theme park's owners will thank you for reprogramming their ride?
Sure, why wouldn't they?
It's a cute little world, and these arms we're dispensing are gonna keep it cute with a spot of ethnic cleansing. You better keep your distance, or some nukes will soon get hurled around this cute little world.
Now, let's put some real corpses in the ghost train.
All right, who's the funny guy?
Did he freaking do that?
Father, I cannot tell a lie. It was you. To have said anything else would be to betray the faith I know you have in me.
Son.
Yes, sir?
Yeah, I'm very proud. Lousy, good-for-nothing clown shoes.
Oh, Father, what is that most horrible noise?
That's the sound of the British working class.
Do they all live in the same house?
Yes, but on Saturdays they go in there.
get away from this terrible place at once, lest these rough, tough types act as a bad influence upon my delicate character.
Come on, Damien. Call the ref a bastard.
Father, I would like to cheer for the team that I would prefer to be victorious, but I fear my weak child's voice will be lost in the general hubbub. Would you cheer for me?
Whatever. Which team do you want to win?
The red team!
Come on, you Reds! All right, I got a clown shoe. Who wants it first?
Oh, the zoo, Father! What an excellent environment to bait the fragile wonders of our world. The hulking rhino, the chimpanzees with their amusing genitalia, and the greater Manchurian shaggy pandas. The last breeding pair in captivity. What do you say to that?
A matching pair. That'll look good on my wall.
Father, no!
The $15.99, buggery not included.
Hello, my name's Josh, and I'd like to...
Oh, Father, is there nothing you will not do for my amusement? Father, please.
All I ever wanted was a child I could be proud of.
Please.
Instead, I get this goody-goody, butter wouldn't melt in his pants, disaster-prone walking advert for retroactive birth control.
But I'm your son.
I have no son. Don't look at me like that.
Father, before you chainsaw my branch off the family tree, perhaps you should first peruse some photographic evidence and ask, of the two of us, who was truly the most wicked today?
Damien, you little bastard, you've been setting me up.
Blood may be thicker than water, but I know which I'd rather have in my cocktail.
That's my boy. Whoa, what the hell was that? Did we just hug?
Hug? No, sir. I was nearly picking your pocket. Got your wallet.
Me too. Got your watch.
Got your keys.
Got your camera.
Got your pants.
So you see, son, we kill the lions, but when we go to the circus, the lions there get to growl at the guy with a chair.
That hardly seems adequate compensation.
Just take the gun and shoot something.
Greetings, Earthman. We come in peace to learn the ways of your culture.
Hey, why give up drinking when you get to see things like this?
Please, teach us the ways of your culture.
Roll up, twin freak frog boys, $10 a peek. You've never seen anything so disgusting. Are you boys taking notes?
Who ordered the Coke? And the ecstasy?
Another whiskey.
Neat.
You want to talk about it?
I want to hear about it.
I'm listening.
Look at this place. It's like Sodom and Gomorrah in suits. I've always tried to be honest and decent in business, and look where it got me. This week I was wiped out on the markets. My house was repossessed, and my wallet stolen. Perhaps if I'd been more of a bastard, I'd be happier now.
Oh, now, don't you go saying that. Let me tell you a little story.
Is it about bears?
Shut up. Once upon a time, a young man with big ambitions went to work in a big city. Got a wheel, got a deal.
Welcome to Buzzco, the world's largest dealer in modish words and faddish expressions for business and industry.
No, not great. Optimal. I just persuaded NASA to use spaghetti as a verb.
And here we see our very first window of opportunity.
Excuse me, old-timer. I'm here for entry-level graduate induction. I started out as low as you could go, which is a good place to look up women's skirts, but I wanted more.
You know, I may not look like much now, but I used to be a high flyer around this place. I invented the phrase, let's do lunch. Before me, people simply had lunch, or maybe ate lunch. After me, they did it. But then I launched my follow-up.
Let's gangbang dinner.
It flopped and the backstabbing began. I tell you, it's a situation of fierce competition here, where only people who aren't afraid of devouring others will survive. I've been trying to think of an apt metaphor to describe it, but I guess I've lost the knack. Look busy. Here comes the boss.
Morning, boys. Still not boring you with tales of the old days, I hope.
Oh, no. He's been too busy stabbing you in the back.
What?
Oh, there's stories he can tell. Potentially damaging stories that could kill your company quicker than you could say, "You bastard." That's quick.
Old Joe, you're fired. And you come with me. Good toadies are hard to find.
You began to exploit others in business and build your career at their expense.
Hey, nice exposition. Have another drink.
Ow! My eyes!
Good stuff, huh? My ruthless rise through the buzzword industry began on the trading floor.
Get out of Y2K, buy into 24/7.
No, sell.
I said buy.
Okay,
sell.
I'll
sell some more.
Smell that testosterone. To make my mark, I had to break up their group. Hey, look! Naked greased gladiators. How much money have I made for the boss?
You come with me. Brown-nosing cheaters are hard to find.
I was on my way up. Way up. Way up. Way up.
Got to be a connection between these crimes.
Hey! Keep that overacting down! Sorry about that.
Okay, who wants to pitch me a buzzword?
And how about... Ow!
Thinking out of the box. This could denote a form of lateral... Oh!
Oops.
It was a guy I saw on my first day at work. Jeff. A real one-man show with a reputation for being ruthless. From then on, it was just him and me fighting our way to the top.
What?
But you've got the wrong guy.
You two, in my office, now!
So what happened when you went to see the boss?
Another drink? Well...
Come in!
ever heard? I have decided to retire as head of Buzzco and turn to religion, which has nothing to do with the fact that I have 1 month to live.
A tragedy, sir.
End of an era.
Get your foot off that pipe.
Sorry.
Incomprehensible or ridiculous nature of a word or phrase will be the loser. Ready? Steady. Go.
Bleeding edge.
Adhocracy.
Buttering the monkey.
Let's think above our hair.
Show me the clown's mouth.
Teach a new dog to tap dance.
Fluff the badger and eat crow.
Go to the salad cart and hide the radishes.
Throw walnuts in the sea and confuse a gypsy.
Let's consider the facts carefully and make an informed decision.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
The winner! Oh, crap.
I had won. I'd gained the whole world. But what had I become?
I don't get it. If you became head of a huge corporation, what are you doing here?
Within days of my victory, a flood of cheap, mass-produced buzzwords from the third world had flooded the market. Soon, everyone was using them, even though they were in a strange, clicking language that nobody understood. Within a matter of minutes, I lost everything. My desk, my secretary, even my collection of surviving beetles.
So I was a good guy, and you were a bad guy, and we both end up the same.
Hell no, you're a loser. I own a chain of bars.
But you were ruined.
Until I found this.
My wallet.
And inside, there was a winning lottery ticket.
But that was my wallet.
Finders, keepers, losers, losers.
So what was the point in telling me that story?
Your bill, sir.
He got us that way, too.
Roll up, roll up. See the losers paying off their bar bill. Your pointed stick, ma'am.
Ow!
I hope you are taking notes.
Chardonnay, Chablis, cleaning fluid. Who cares what they call it, as long as it gets you wrecked? Well, here at Wino World... Drink is cheap, and that's all you need to know. Wino World. Where we speak your language.
I love you, man. Wino World.
Where we don't sneer at a guy who has his shirt sticking out of his fly.
Like me. And me. Spiders. Wino World.
Where you can shop or nap while the kids play with Pinky the Elephant. And there's always plenty of free parking. Good evening. You know, a wise man once said to me, "Hey you, get out of my wardrobe." And in a way, he was right. All of which has nothing to do with tonight's show, in which I will be looking at this camera and this camera, but never at that one.
Cut! I should have guessed. Ask a man to discuss commitment and he'll do anything to avoid it.
Run, this undersea behemoth will destroy us all!
I bet you've never had a real relationship, have you?
Well, I wouldn't call this serious, but it's pretty intense.
I thought so. The only woman a man like you can relate to needs a puncture repair kit.
I resent that.
So do I. Pathetic.
Women, eh? You can't live with them? They changed the locks. But believe it or not, I did live with a woman once. And for a while, we had something good.
Excuse me. Wanker!
I met Anne at a party, and it was pretty much love at first sight.
He can't take his eyes off me.
I can see my reflection in her glasses. And it wasn't long before... Oh, almost there, baby.
Oh.
Almost there.
My God! Think I'm going to faint!
I would have carried you across the threshold, but since it is your flat...
Oh!
Are you all right?
No,
For a moment there, I thought she'd crushed you. Do you have cable?
The lion sleeps through the heat of day, whilst its mate collects food. Truly in nature the male is the king of his domain.
Mother Nature, traitor to sisterhood. Is dinner ready yet?
I'm sorry, darling. I had something special planned, but then I had a hard day at work and everything went wrong
Anne, you look dead on your feet. Let me help you. You can cook sitting down, can't you? Yes, it's a man's world. But, as the great James Brown once said, not one of his best.
Men. They're all the same.
Especially the ones you date.
Why do I always fall for the bastards? I really thought Mr. Hell was going to be different.
You say this every time, Anne, and every time you don't listen to a word I say and go straight back to them.
Sally, you're right. I can be pretty difficult to live with too. He does deserve a second chance. Oh, isn't that sweet? He's making me a lovely supper.
How's that for an indoor firework? Look, Anne, before you jump to conclusions, there's a very reasonable explanation for this. Right, fellas? Look, between you and me, which is probably our total viewing figures, I haven't always been this popular with women. Once I was terrible at flirting.
Gosh, it's crowded this morning.
Yes, can you feel my erection? And never knew what to say after making love. Bus fares on the table, love, and don't tell your sister. But when I met Anne, I knew it was time to grow up. Oh, Anne, one more level and I get to see her naked.
We're having dinner with Sally tonight. Remember? I told you this morning.
Oh, Anne, 27 more levels and I get to see her naked. But my granny wants to see me as well.
And your family are more important than my friends, right?
Only when they're dying.
Oh, so sorry. Why didn't you tell me?
I didn't want to upset you.
You big silly Billy. What can I do to help?
Don't do it! Don't do it!
With this, I'll be able to buy her lots of flowers.
But Sally, his gran was dying. He had to go.
Oh, and that is the oldest trick in the book, apart from working late in the office.
He doesn't have an office. Though he does put in a lot of hours on his milk round.
And there's only one word for men like him, but I can't say it on mainstream broadcasting. You deserve better.
Sally, you're right. He does need me to save him from himself, and then he'll be perfect.
And these precious hours I spent with my grandmother have reminded me of the importance of family. Let's have 100 children and invite your mother to live with us to help look after them. Holy, so glad you're back early. I was just about to drink this to numb the pain of missing you.
And who do these belong to?
Why, me, of course. I've been wearing them to get in touch with my feminine side, so I can be a better lover. For you.
Oh, Red, you're amazing.
Hey, you got any handcuffs?
They're in the bedside cupboard, Granny. And that was that. She threw me out. After the best 3 days of our lives. Well, at least I was my own boss again.
Hey, Kim! You live with me! You'll drain my boils! Now get in here! And bring a straw!
But truth be told, I miss Anne. And I often wonder what she's doing now, and wonder if she thinks of me.
Gratuitous girl-on-girl action! Oh, hit me!
Hey, this is my show. I can have any kind of an ending I want. Pretty scary, eh, kids? Kids? Oh, the things they say.
If you want a job done properly, hire a professional.
Hey, it's the Mr. Hell Show Animation Special.
Bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the sea. At the bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the sea.
Ah, animation. It's brought joy to the hearts of millions, and millions to the pockets of a few.
Will you shut up? We can't hear the film.
But how did it all begin?
I want 200 episodes, and make them in China, because it's cheap.
No one tells me to shut up in the cinema. Anyhow, the dictionary says animation is the coming together of two words, animus, the Latin for life force, and masturbation, the Latin for trouser gymnastics. So, why am I here in this French cathedral?
We were wondering that also.
It's because of this 11th century masterpiece, the Bayeux Tapestry. To many, this overpriced throw rug represents the very first example of the fledgling animator's art. So let's put that theory to the test. Great special effects. You think men who wear dresses would have a sense of humor? Another early animation pioneer was the Victorian photographer Edward Muybridge, who captured motion through these remarkable images. But how did he achieve them?
Perfect. Now, hold it. Wow, that looks brilliant.
And so began Pornography. You know, there are many great names in the Animation Hall of Fame. Chuck, Tex, and of course, Walt. But what of the unsung heroes, pioneer cartoonists who were years ahead of their time and never found their audience? Men like Franklin McNeel, the creator of Cokie the Cat. Cokie made his screen debut back in the Roaring '20s, and from the beginning, he baffled family audiences. The advent of sound did little to increase his popularity. And neither did the introduction of color.
My war bonds.
Rejected by the major Hollywood studios, Franklin McNeel eked out a modest living making ads for a new medium. Television.
Smoke the smokestack, Yogi smokes. Not reacting.
Then came the 60s, the decade of peace and love, an enormous change. Finally, a generation seemed ripe to embrace Franklin's counterculture character.
Hey, kids, I can't wait to tune in and turn on to the love of the Lord.
But unfortunately, Franklin had changed too. He died in obscurity in 1973. But his legacy lives on. Recently, I acquired the rights to his creation. And now Cokie is back as the star of all these fine products. Dance, Cokie, dance, so you'll get no sweeties.
I ever get a girlfriend, I'll let you shoot her, okay?
Search the little seal cub, you best beware his wrath. He's furry and he's funny and a psychopath.
They take 9 months to make one episode of The Simpsons? We're doing a whole series in that. But it's still good. Hello, welcome to the Mr. Hell Studios. It's here that all the finely crafted scripts that make up my show become animated cartoons. Cartoons in which anything can happen. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how does he know what I'm thinking? Well, I know everything. And so does your internet service provider. So, how do the drawings come to life? Well, the magic of animation starts with a simple pencil. Ow! Draw faster. And, of course, a dream. Here you see me breathing life into a new character. Ah, she's beautiful, isn't she? I'm going to call her Petal.
Who am I?
Your name is Petal. I made you.
But I'm a hideous aberration of nature. I did not ask to be born.
You cheeky little minx. Are you going to do a dance with the boys and girls?
Ow! Kill me, I beg you.
If that's what you want.
Put it down, control freak. We're through with dancing.
Cokie?
I'm clean now, and I'm taking her away.
My little girl, all grown up.
Climb in, Petal. Next up, freedom! Oh, Cokie! Now we're wild at heart and on the run. I never want to die. Well, brace yourself, baby, because we're gonna live! Live!
That's all, Cokie. Come with me on a journey into the unknown. Driver, the unknown, and step on it. Now it's the other way. As I present my tribute to Oscar Wilde, British literature's wittiest and most sophisticated voice, in a tale which I entitle The Photocopy of Dorian Gray's Arse. Poor old Dorian. Now it's his life that has hit rock bottom. I just hope he didn't eat any rich food last night. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have some photocopying of my own to do. I think 100 will do to start with. Now, where's the enlarge button?
Well, there's an old saying in my country. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
That's all.
Trouble!
If only I could go to the ball. Oh my! It's my fairy godmother.
Where?
I shall go to the ball.
Do you trust me?
Of course I trust you.
Really?
Really.
Fetch me a pumpkin. And 5 white mice. And 2 bananas. And a carton of yogurt. Full fat. Ready?
Ready.
Much better. Come on, girls, let's party.
It was Mr. Hell.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair, that I might climb thy golden stair.
Ow! Ow! Hurry, breathe.
Yeah. Ooh, sorry, I slipped. But trust me, I'm with it. When was the last time you washed this stuff? Is this from your head or your pits?
Ow! Ow! Ow!
Oh, look. I can see my house from here. And the house next door. And the woman next door. Undressing. You know, I think I'll just hang on here for a while.
I'd go watch a cartoon if I were you.
It wasn't. Phew. That was close. Come with me on a journey. A journey to the unknown. A journey to a place where anything is possible. Except finding a decent dandruff shampoo. It wouldn't bother me, but I don't have any hair. Excuse me, would you mind if I went first? It's a bit of an emergency. Yeah. Ooh, that's better.
Oh, you're disgusting.
We live in a world of instant communications. Time when the need to talk has almost replaced the urge to think. But are our mobile phones, emails, and faxes simply more efficient ways of screaming in the dark? Introducing Alan Edgar, a man whose loathing of telecommunications is about to lead him to permanent disconnection in a story I call The Telltale. Poor Alan, cut off in his prime. Oh, well, that'll teach him to...
Have you quite finished, young man?
All yours, dear.
And about time, too.
Hey, babe, what you need is a real man.
Buzz off, she's with me. Oh, there goes the biggest bully on the beach. And it's time someone taught him a lesson. Hey, babe. What you need is a real man.
Hello and welcome to the House Makeover Show, where this week I will be turning a once happy family home into a born-again bachelor's babe pit. You know, girls really go for guys who are expressive with soiled underwear. And nothing makes them hotter than an orgy of bacteria breeding in the sink. Empty pizza boxes make great work surfaces, and their former contents will help you put on those vital extra pounds all single women love. Oh, Jehovah's Witnesses. Damien, my accidental son.
I see dead people.
Everyone's entitled to a hobby.
Why are your plates fighting?
Why are you here?
Oh. Well, it's not because he loves you.
Angela, great to see you again. Good to see you again. Sort of almost all right to see you. So, when do they install the lie detector?
Unfortunately, far too late, or I might have avoided you.
How cruel and unkind. You know you'll always have a special place in my memories. Right here. Between Madame Helga, Mistress of Pain, and the Dagenham Girl Pipers.
Underneath, they're all Mr. Hell.
Father, are you ready to leave?
It's his school open day today, or had you forgotten?
Oh, no! I prepared lots of reasons why I can't go.
Don't you want to help shape your son's future?
Hey, I've introduced him to plenty of new things.
Well, how about introducing yourself to his teachers? I'm busy. Got a date with Vim Vendors.
Rats and fats and holiday romances.
Greetings, Mr. Heck. Welcome to our open day.
Open day, huh? Well, you're a tosser, she's really ugly, and that kid smells of wee. What's wrong with you people? None of them could act and the band sucked.
Consider yourselves expelled.
Let that be a lesson to you, Damien. It never pays to be honest.
Now how will I get an education?
The same way all other kids do, by watching cartoons. Come on, Damien, keep up.
Father, this is so embarrassing.
If we're gonna find you a new school, you have to make the right impression. Trust me, you look good in my old school uniform. I've got a nurse's outfit, too. And here we are, at the perfect place for a shy, sensitive child like you. Military Academy.
What do you think you're doing, you horrible little weasel? Call yourself a soldier? That is not how we use a bayonet! That is... and that!
What the field marshal is going on here? I thought this was a military academy.
Sir, the world's changing, so our academy has changed too. I'd have thought our new United Nations peacekeeping role was obvious, sir. Now we make love instead of war.
Somebody ought to lock that pervert up.
Children! Children! Don't just stand there and watch!
Sorry, sir!
Much better!
I still fail to see the point of visiting an all-girls school.
Are you sure you're my son?
St. Kitts was founded over 12,000 years ago and still believes in the values that made Britain great. Hence all the slaves working in the kitchen.
That's not a very progressive attitude.
Why, thank you. Here we believe in the 3 R's. Repetition, repetition, and repetition. And repetition.
And what about bullying?
We believe in that too. Oh, if these desks could talk, the stories they would tell.
Run, run! This place is a madhouse!
You! To your dormitory at once! And here we have our sports facilities, the finest in the country.
I see the boys like to take a lot of showers.
Oh, yes, we masters insist on it.
Well, that sounds like fun, doesn't it, Damien? Damien?
Let me in! Oh, please! Please! Let me in!
Hi!
Hi!
Welcome to Hi! I'm Lori.
I'm Corey.
And you must be the new school nerd!
Hey, no one calls my boy a nerd.
You tell them, Father!
Geek. Jerk. Hey, I can get to like this.
Why are all the students in their mid-20s?
Yes, well,
Did I mention we have a teenage witch?
Well, what's everyone staring at? This was very popular in the Middle Ages.
Congratulations, Father. You've now succeeded in getting us thrown out of a fictional reality.
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to disconnect your canned laughter.
Well, I guess that's the last time we'll hear that sound. Nerd. Yep.
I'll never get a decent education.
Oh, yes, you will. The best. And I know just the guy to give it to you. And how are the infants today?
All completely traumatized by the harsh realities of modern life.
Excellent. That's only the beginning of their education here at Mr. Hell's University of Life.
Hello, I'm David Knox.
Our head boy.
Let me show you around a school that chews kids up and spits them out. Know what they really need to know. Geography!
All airports look the same. Here's how to find the duty-frees.
Maths!
If you were on a train traveling from Chicago to New York at an average speed of 65 miles per hour and it consumed 84 gallons of diesel, who gives a shit? Public transport is for losers. Go buy a car. They're cool and an extension of your penis.
History!
History is written by the winners and read by losers. In my school, it isn't the children with money and posh parents who get ahead. It's the street smart and savvy, those who really deserve to be top dog. And so, it gives me great pleasure to present this award for captain of the school and most popular guy on campus to, me! Hey, if you want to win prizes, start your own school.
And what happened to me? Well, I finally wised up, and I reached...
puberty. Need to be ashamed of your body. Or your feelings. Adolescence is normal and natural. You don't need to be afraid of your body. You don't need to be afraid of your emotions. But you do need to be afraid of me. You're watching the Socio-Sexual Hunting Channel. Join me next week when I'll be looking at the mating rituals of the badger. And then gassing it.
Scream.
Certainly, Mum.
And on your left, we see the British monarchy in crisis.
One is not amused.
Who the hell are you?
Close, but no crown jewels. My card.
The Right Honourable Sir Franklin Mint, OBE, and bar? What's the bar for?
Gathering dust, apparently. Jeeves, fetch me a drink.
Alert the Royal Horse Guards.
No one touches this horse and lives.
That little good they were.
Hey, don't sweat it, kids. I'm down with the crown. All through history, you've been my kind of people. Henry VIII. Now, there was a guy who knew how to get good head. Elizabeth I. She never had sex, but brought tobacco to Europe and screwed millions. And there was Edward, who gave up his throne for love. Though personally, I don't know what he saw in the guy. You royals don't give a flying footman what people think of you, and that's why I want to help.
Well, you can start by getting rid of this rabble.
Oh, look, everybody. A pop singer dating a footballer.
Oh, the fickleness of the mob.
But they'll carry on paying your tiara bills if I teach your grandson that being in love is no basis for a marriage.
I only started speaking to Philip in 1975.
I only started listening last week.
By the time I'm finished with those two, all of your horses and all of your men won't be able to put them together again.
Can you really do this?
Do bears crap in the woods? But first, there's the little matter of my fee.
Which is?
That's okay.
Well, all right then, but make it quick.
What do you know? She does taste like the back of a stamp.
Prince.
My pauper.
What on earth do you think you're doing? Don't you realize she's no good for you? Have you seen her family tree?
But it's her plebeian simplicity that enthralls me. That and her breasts.
Hey, if it's breasts you want, how about your cousin, the Duchess of Barnstable? Slippery little devils, aren't they?
Oh, William.
Oh, Bianca.
Kiss me, Willie.
Isn't that my line? Wise up, Bianca. A meat and potatoes girl like you doesn't want a limp lettuce like him. He knows nothing of the real world.
And what do you do for a living?
But it's his sheltered naivety that makes me love him. That and his enormous torture.
Hey, if it's enormous tortures you want. Okay, so it didn't work that time. You know, I'm starting to admire their single-minded pursuit of a shag. Driver, follow those fornicators.
Coming next.
Oh, William.
Oh, Bianca.
No one will ever find us here.
It's like I said, where there's a wills, there's a way.
Oh, yeah.
their gestation period.
You know, the world really isn't such a great place to bring a kid into. What with pollution, environmental disasters, war, pestilence, and of course, famine. Hasn't the planet already got enough mouths to feed? Okay, kids, you've served your purpose. Shoo, shoo.
The poor are always with you.
Bad taste, knob gags, biting social comment.
I'll be king of the world!
No more. Please, you win.
I'll marry a bank robber.
And I'll wed a career princess and then screw round.
Au contraire, my loving pair. It is I who am surrendering to you. You kids have touched my heart. From now on, I'm fighting in your corner. Brace yourself, Cinderella. You will go to the royal ball.
Can you really do that? The rain in Spain goes mainly down a drain.
Again?
The rain in Spain goes mainly down the drain.
Again?
Oh, what's the effing point? You'll never make me posh.
As sure as my name isn't Professor Higgins, your blood will soon be bluer than a pensioner at Christmas time. Or, to put it another way...
Please make them go away, I implore you.
By Jove, I think she's got it.
You don't know the price of a pint of milk, and I laugh like a horse. And how do you listen to the poor and underprivileged? With my head to one side, feigning concern.
Yeah.
Well done.
Oh, there.
She's perfect. Claim her as your territory.
Jackpot! Roll up, and get your royal rubbish. All left over from the other royal weddings. And what did I get out of it? Well, let's just say I've always wanted to mount the throne. Poor boy. Poor Pepito. Don't you feel sorry for Pepito? Do you want to help Pepito and others like him? Why? You don't even know his problem yet. Although Pepito was from the Third World, and an orphan, and the victim of a brutal civil war, and in black and white, still his heart doesn't harbor the slightest hint of hatred or despair. And that's why I'm asking,
What the hell is wrong with you? Have you seen the human race?
lust, gluttony, anger, sloth, greed, pride.
I expect you are wondering why I invited you here tonight. Ha, ha, ha!
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Folks, this kid is sick, and that's why I need you to help me help Pepito realize what a bastard planet he lives on.
Hey, I should have been in that last bit.
Please pick up your phones and pledge to do something wicked, because tonight...
All you need is love.
It's the Mr. Hell Show Hellathon Special!
Will you please give a warm, wet welcome to your Hellathon host, it's Mr. Hell!
Folks, on a telethon, people ring in to raise money, but on a hellathon, we raise hell! Please, pick up your phones and pledge to do something bad. Together, we can make a difference to the phone company's profits.
Love is in the air everywhere I look around.
Try telling that to the people of Chernobyl.
Yes, folks, it's my glamorous co-host, whose name I've forgotten now. I've had sex with her and no longer care.
That's okay, I faked it.
I know, so did I.
You know, there are lots of ways that you can help Pepito realize people are shite. Stuntman Eddie Skid has organized this charity motorcycle jump. And the Federation of Plumbers, Electrician, and other repair guys are holding a special rally.
Yes, we'll definitely be there before lunch.
But that is only the beginning. We want everyone watching this show to get...
And we'll be seeing more of her later, if the lion isn't too hungry. I'm joined in the studio now by Mr. Tony Parks of Allied Multiglomerates and Claire Gordon of the London Orphans Fund.
I have a check here for 45,000.
Pretty mean, eh, Pepito?
As long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive.
Oh, folks, it's gonna be a long night. Britney Spears there with her new single, Will I Still Be Famous by the time the show goes up? And I'm just receiving word that, yes? Yes? Oh, the voices want me to kill again. So let's go over to What's-Her-Name for an update on your plans.
Well, hell, the calls are coming in like an educationally subnormal sprinter now, thick and fast, as the dark hearts of the world reach out to little Pepito.
Life's a bitch, eh, Pepito? Speaking of bitches, how's it going on the phones?
Well, the phones are getting hotter than a whore in a hot tub in Hades, as our team of people desperate to appear on television struggle to cope with your calls. Mrs. Hilda Blakelock of Oxford has pledged to sit in a bath of baked beans for a month, and then serve them to the customers in her cafe.
Must be a bit of beanstalk.
And in the Midwest, thousands of volunteers have united for Hands Across America.
Let me go! I'm innocent enough!
What do you think of that?
I'd like to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony.
Impossible. There'll always be posh spice. And I'll keep on doing gags like that until you all make a pledge.
Oh, well, Rex really did put up a bit of a fight, didn't he, dear?
It was the purest rush of excitement I've ever experienced.
It's good being unpleasant. I don't know why we haven't tried it before.
Mr. Jeevons, your donuts are stale.
You know, no telethon would be complete without hours and hours of low-quality light entertainment, relentlessly grinding you down until you pick up the phone and promise to do something you'll later regret. So now, please welcome a man bending spoons with the power of his mind. Sammy Sugler, the salt cellar juggler, and Colonel Corelli's circus of slugs.
Now, say the first words that come into your head, Pepito. Policeman.
Fair and just.
Politician.
Selfless representative of the people.
TV executive.
Provider of quality entertainment.
Ugh, never have I seen a child so lost in a world of his own.
Folks, this is serious. We're still not getting through to him, so pick up your blooming phones and make a blooming pledge to do something blamming bad. See? Told you I could do it without saying...
Wow, I haven't heard this many bells ringing since the time I screwed that guy with the hunch.
Join me, Pepito. Embrace the dark side.
You've got a friend in me.
Yes, not what I meant.
You killed Christmas? You killed Christmas for the sake of a few cheap jokes? You people don't deserve anything pure and decent. You people don't deserve to live. I want those guns. I'm worth 1,000 of you. You know, I could get to like this. And as for you tree-dwelling marsupials...
Pepito, before you kill me, a few last words?
Make it quick.
Policeman?
Corrupt bastard.
Politician?
Even more corrupt bastard.
TV executive?
Provider of quality entertainment.
Bitter, twisted, and he knows which side his bread is buttered on. Oh, Pepito is cured. We did it, folks. You, me, everyone.
I'm the real Slim Shady.
Call me when you get older, kid. I could go for a mean mother like you.
And this is just the beginning. What we did for Pepito, we can do for all the children of the world. Oh, yeah, we already do.
Your donation could be the difference between life or death for a new bogus charity. So please, send me your money. And then, send me some more. Make your blank checks payable to...
It's Mr. Hale!
You people really are the lowest form of life. Insurance salesmen, they're sick. They're twisted and they prey on your innermost fears. It's the family I never knew. Hello, and how are we today? What a lovely morning, or is it? Have you ever stopped to consider how your family might cope if you were struck down with a medical emergency? Oh, I know no one wants to think about the bad things in life, but take a look at this guy. He's dying of this terrible illness. What's going to happen to his kids when he bites the big one?
Why do we have to go into the children's home, Daddy? Didn't you love us enough to buy insurance? Hello, my pretties. I'm the child catcher. It's off to the asbestos mines with you.
Not a pretty picture, is it?
Daddy, we're frightened.
For the love of God, sell me insurance.
Like taking candy from a baby.
Well, we just got this month's sales figures in, and one of you has far outshone the rest. The winner of this month's golden bastard is the son I never had, except that she's a girl, Scarlett. She's been selling iceberg collision insurance in Tahiti.
Hello, boys.
Looks like you got competition, Red.
Beat it, sister. This is my territory.
Oh yes, I see it's got your name on it. Good morning. What do you hate most?
Door-to-door salespeople.
Me too. Now how would you like to insure against them?
Where do I sign?
Right there, under gullible.
Good morning, sir. Life's a bastard. Otherwise, why would things like this happen? Mallet insurance?
Why, what are the chances of that happening again? Okay, you got me.
How would you like to insure against being ripped off by signing dodgy forms with lots of small print?
Brilliant.
Your house keys, please.
Sign here.
No!
Sign here.
No!
Sign here.
No!
Sign here.
You're quite some salesman, Hell.
Well, you know what they say. Power is an aphrodisiac.
So go sleep with an electrician.
It's Insuramania! That's what superficial TV reports are calling the feud between two policy pushers whose hard sell tactics have ensnared us all.
Nice TV show you've got here. Shame if anything should happen to it. Know what I mean?
But what began as a simple business rivalry has now turned into a global concern as whole nations insure against
fire,
theft,
acts of God.
When will it end? Well, in about 10 minutes. But in the meantime, let's watch this.
Man, save it for the priest, Thimble.
Excuse me, how would you like to insure against implausible plot twists?
What, like a train crash? I'll get you, Thimble. I'll hunt you down like some kind of a escapee or a runaway person.
Don't you mean fugitive?
Yeah, thanks.
I must find the one-legged man and clear my name. But how can I on my own?
Friend, you don't have to.
Who? What? Where?
Important questions, and life would be meaningless without asking them. But we got more important things to do, like clearing your name.
But you're a talking worm.
Shucks. You noticed.
I'm gonna be helped by a talking worm.
Your answer's underground, trust the one.
Did you hear something?
Nope.
Now what have I got to lose? Let's go.
I'm facing the other way.
Sorry. Grand butt booting competition? But that's the last place you'd expect to find a one-legged man.
He's not a packy dog, he does much more than squirm.
All right, enough with the theme song! I trust him!
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, start your legs.
Friend, it's time we expose the falsified biped.
But how?
Did I ever mention I was a woodworm?
The one-legged man!
You can hop, but you can't hide!
Now that's what I call teamwork.
Lieutenant, this is your murderer. Go on, admit your crime.
I shot the sheriff.
Not that one.
I didn't kill his deputy.
What about my wife?
Oh, yeah, I did that too.
Looks like he hasn't got a leg to stand on.
No, that doesn't work. He has got a leg to stand on.
All right.
Now, if he were a no-legged man...
Look, it was an off-the-cuff remark, okay? Thimble, you're free to go.
And I owe it all to this wonderful woodworm.
Actually, friend, I was less than truthful with you earlier. I'm not a woodworm. I'm a tapeworm.
Looks like this could be the start of a beautiful friendship.
I am the worm.
Children at home, not all worms can be trusted. Do not rely on one to solve your personal problems. Instead, consult a qualified parent, teacher, or a dung beetle.
And how are my two favorite cash cows today? I was just reviewing your sales records. Hellster, how on earth did you persuade people to insure against being crushed by giant root vegetables that look like Jack Nicholson?
Everyone has their secret fears.
Great work! And you, Skylad, your new "we are under no obligation to pay until the dead walk the earth" clause means I'll never have to write another check again. Kids, our job is done.
And this just in, the entire world is now insured. Against everything. You're watching the Contrivance Channel. Convenient plot points whenever you tune in.
So now, we just sit around and get fat on the premiums.
Suits us.
By we, I mean myself and the shareholders.
Thanks, Daddy. Thanks, baby.
You losers can clear your desks.
That pig.
That rat.
That louse.
That, I don't know what you call them. The small hairless dogs from Mexico. They look all wrinkly.
Somebody ought to teach that bastard a lesson.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Sure.
Really?
But let's screw the boss first. Deal?
And we'll be back with more sexual chemistry after this important message.
Your move.
To get the better of the boss, we'll need a strategy.
I'm very good at games.
Something cunning, something deceitful.
Something that sucks him in.
Holds his attention.
And involves a donkey.
I can't believe I just said that. Who writes this crap? A gang of spotty boy virgins hiding their latent homosexuality by sniggering at girlies?
Scarlet, come back!
No! I'm going back to my drawing of a dressing room. Call me when the script grows up.
You know, I could really go for a girl who deconstructs my show. Come with me on a journey to a realm where the laws of logic, science, and grammar apply to naught. A journey to a place where one man's dream is about to become a walking nightmare. In a tale which I entitle... well, it's not really a different story, it's just the end of the one that we've been running all the way through this week's show, but you get the general idea.
One for me, one for me, one for me.
And for me.
Who in hell are you?
A claimant.
There are no more claimants. Thanks to this clause, I don't have to pay anybody until the dead walk the earth.
Then I believe it's time to pay.
They're here, they're there, and everywhere. Where policies on the prowl feel their dread. Though we're dead, we're dreaming of premiums. Right to check or go to heck. Policies on the prowl.
What are you doing in my nightmare? Why can't I wake up?
Sign this. It's an insurance policy against developing a conscience.
Sign this, and you'll never sleep badly again.
Anything!
Okay, boys, show's over. You can go home now. And no stealing the costumes.
Costumes?
You mean you faked that? Then what did I just sign?
Your entire company. Over to us.
But this company is the only thing that keeps my black heart beating. Without it, I'm nothing.
And worth more to your family dead than alive.
Daddy, there's only one decent thing you can do.
It didn't kill me.
Scarlett, I've never said this to a woman before, but look at the tits on that. You and me, we make a great team, and I can't wait for the bit where we share a shower after the match. So, how's about it? How's about you and me, and any sisters you may have, getting it together?
Sorry, kid. You're not my type.
But you're as low down and dirty as me.
No, I'm lower. You see, I signed the deeds for the insurance company, but you signed up for a 10-year tour with a Mexican dog circus.
No, not those.
And the moral of the story is?
If I had a heart, she'd have just broken it.
Wow, this place is packed with babes, just like you promised.
I told you. Even that faulty arm on the space shuttle could pick up in here.
How do I start? What do I do?
Trust me. And use this.
Did you hurt yourself when you fell from heaven? Chat up lines that really work.
Now, off you go and score.
There is a face leaving in 5 minutes. Be on it. She hates me.
Yeah, but the next one might love you. Try again.
Hi, I am from the Meat Marketing Board. Fancy some of my pork? Ow! I can't keep doing this.
Yes, you can. Learn to handle the rejection, or you'll spend the rest of your life handling yourself.
If I said you had a beautiful body, could I cover it in love juice?
He'll figure it out eventually.
But be careful. The atom shouldn't be taken for granted. One day you may come home from work and find your wife with the atom.
You don't look so clean and efficient now!
I wouldn't push me around if I were you, buddy, or I might just split.
Ah, science. It's been screwing with humanity since the dawn of Stanley Kubrick. But what is it? Perhaps the dictionary can offer us a definition.
Science. A convenient excuse to string a lot of unconnected sketches together.
That's the last time I buy a book with no sex scenes. But where did science begin? This is the most powerful computer on Earth, the human brain. Built to ponder the biggest, yet most basic of questions. Who am I? What am I?
What are you doing in my head?
It was in a brain, not unlike this one, that the first sparks of human curiosity were lit. Sparks that would light a fire to heat the cauldron of an increasingly tortuous analogy. Man's earliest scientific experiments sought to satisfy his simplest needs. For warmth. For transport. And for a way of burning down the next village. But by the time of Leonardo da Vinci, science had evolved into something purer, a way of worshipping God through the exploration of the intellect. And burning down the next village. War. What is it good for? Funding scientific research.
Will you please welcome the host of this year's Nobel Prize ceremony, Ugh! it's Mr. Helon.
You know, these prizes were started by the man who invented this. And then he got really upset when people use it to blow each other up. So the nominations for the Nobel Prize for naivety are the inventor of call waiting.
I thought it would relieve stress.
The inventor of napalm.
It was supposed to be a food coloring.
And the guy who thought it'd be a good idea to feed sheep to cows.
Tastes like chicken.
And the winner is...
Later for your delectation when rivers attack. But first, drat, 'tis the Mr. Heck Show.
Today, science is sexy. Eureka!
Yes, Professor Hell?
Take these alcopops and sell them to small children. It's also very profitable. Behold, the everlasting light bulb and self-renewing energy source and the only pair of shoes you'll ever need. I make a fortune keeping stuff like that quiet. Thanks to science, we now live longer, understand our world better, and can watch the next village burn in widescreen. Yet the general public tend to vilify scientists. They say that many of our experiments are pointless. And that we're needlessly cruel to animals. Hardly. They say...
Get the bastard!
That's right, they do. Ah, science. Remember science? We were talking about it before those other schmucks pushed me out of my own show. We stand on the brink of the edge of the threshold of a brave new world. Let's go through and take a look. This palm scanner reads your unique genetic encoding. Put your hand on the screen. Go on. Go on. Everyone else is doing it. It'll analyze your personality. Here we see a new generation of computers able to perform every aspect of office work.
How can you do that?
You don't have to do maths work here, but it helps.
And this is the human genome, the recipe for making a human being. But once mankind have the recipe, who's to say it won't begin cooking to order?
Sprinter, detective, politician.
Or perhaps you'll simply use it to correct nature's little mistakes.
Hello. I am a sincere future Dr. Robot.
In the next 1,000 years, man may use science to embrace the stars, or simply to explore his own existence. But whatever path he chooses, one thing is certain. The next village is toast. Okay, take these three to vivisection.
Yeah, it's me.
Master, what is the secret of life?
Avoiding people like you. Hello. On this week's show, we'll be asking some of the big philosophical questions.
Why are we here?
Where are we going?
Was it something I said?
Of course, I don't expect to get any answers, but that's not the point. I'm just killing time till the end of the episode, and really, that's all philosophers are doing, too. Here comes one of them now.
Have you ever seen me before?
No.
Then how do you know it's me?
I don't know it's you.
Then you might have seen me before. So there are no absolutes.
Yes, there are.
Ow!
I absolutely won't be seeing you again. Nowhere has the meaning of life and death been pursued in greater depth than here in India.
Only you can prevent funeral pyres.
Let's see if we can snatch a sound bite of timeless wisdom.
The physical world is not real. It is an illusion.
Oops. This is the universe. Big, isn't it? This is Britney Spears. Hard to see what all the fuss is about, really. When man first looked up into the night sky, he wondered what was looking back at him. He could only come up with one answer: religion. The thing man made because God was too complicated.
Hang on, Rusty! We're coming!
Human belief is neither fact nor fiction, but a lethal combination of the two. Here's an example. Fact 1, this man is about to die. Fact 2, he doesn't believe it. Fact 3, the previous two facts are diametrically opposed. And this produces the most dangerous of all human emotions, hope, which is invariably hopeless. But leads to faith.
Oh, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, Jehovah, Allah, Buddha, Jah, Shiva, Jewish God with a name I can't pronounce, and L. Ron Hubbard. In my heart, I've always been a good Catholic, Protestant, Mormon, Muslim, Rasta, Sikh, Jew, and loved Battlefield Earth. So would you please accept me into your afterlife? Shit.
Ah, faith. As George Michael once said.
But, officer, I can explain.
And what happens when faith fails us? We look for new things to believe.
These ridiculous claims are made by sad, lonely people trying to give some meaning to their empty lives by turning the mundane into the mysterious.
Easy for him to say, but not now.
And we'll be back with more flammable material after this important word from our sponsor.
Dear Mr. Hellshow, as a senior citizen who fought and died for his country in 2 world wars, I'd like to express my horror at the level of violence in this week's show. There's simply not enough.
Well, that's easily rectified.
Rusty, we're coming!
Now that's more like it.
Ah, death. The only question whose answer is silence. Do we laugh at images like these because we're terrified of our own demise? Phew, kind of a bit heavy there. Back to the laughs.
Would you like him embalmed, buried, or cremated?
Say all 3. Why take chances? In most Western societies, mentioning death makes you about as popular as a leper in a massage parlor. But in Mexico, they do things differently, celebrating the Day of the Dead, when the corpses of revered ancestors are paraded through the streets.
Whee! Hee! Hey!
Come back! You just made that up!
And this isn't Mexico.
But whatever your attitude to death, death has only one attitude to you.
Your ass is mine.
This man is very close to his final breath. Tell me, friend, what do you see?
I see a tunnel, a long tunnel, and there's a bright light at the end of it.
Go towards the light.
There's no need. It's coming towards me.
And where did he go? Well, the only people who know aren't talking. It's all right.
All right.
And those left behind have only questions.
They say time is a great healer, John. So why do I hurt so much?
Well, perhaps it's a kindly pain, Martha. The kind that helps keep memories alive.
Well, the one thing we have learnt this week is there are no easy answers. If a tree falls in the forest and there's nobody there to hear it, does it make a sound? Who cares? The only things I do know for certain are these. Today's special isn't. It's okay to be a sheep, but only if you're a fashionable sheep. Size does matter, and it's only the hairs on a gooseberry that stop it from being a grape. Oh yeah, and farts are always funny. Good night. Or enchanting new songs by John from Radiohead. When you buy Mr. Hell's magical holiday cheap supermarket checkout video, there'll be laughs. There'll be tears.
Daddy! You've come home! Jimmy, I never left.
There'll be memories that your family will treasure for the rest of their lives, providing they're very short.
We love this film.
It's Mr. Hell's Bargain Basement. Stick the kids in front of it, they'll watch anything. By the way, did I mention it's 4 hours long, direct-to-video, empty sentiments holiday special? Buy now and receive absolutely free a beanbag toy made by child labor. Friends, this is the last show in the present series, unless they're showing them in the wrong order, in which case see you next week. And what better way to celebrate than with a really great party? I wonder if it's going to be this one. Hi, here for the party. I'm with Keith.
Keith who?
Did I say Keith? I meant John.
John who?
Oh, did I say John? I meant Paul. No? Mark. No? Ian? No? Peter, Andy, Dan, Jack, Steve, Alex, Terry, Howard, Jimmy, Enoch, Barry, Jesus, George, Ezekiel, Rashid, Gareth, Dick, Mac, Vic, Larry, Shirley, Mo, Bud, Lou, Colin.
Oi, did you say Colin?
Yeah.
No Colin here, mate, but come in anyway. I'm a gate crasher too.
From christenings to wakes, human beings measure out their lives in parties. William Shakespeare summed them up in a famous speech, and because it's out of copyright, so can we.
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their entrances and exits, and one man in his time attends many parties, and their ages being 7.
The first, as infant, mewling and puking in the nurse's arms.
What the hell have you kids been drinking?
Oops, that's the teenage party. We were supposed to do that later. What's next?
Then the whining schoolboy.
You smell away! You smell away!
I love children's parties. Ta-da! Ooh, here comes the cake. Blow out the candles, son.
Eat me, big boy.
Oh, sure, kids' parties are a lot of work, but it's worth it because you know that at bedtime, a little face is going to look up at you and say,
Thank you.
I'd go watch a cartoon if I were you.
A girls' night out. The last chance to let your hair down before it turns gray. Brace yourself, folks, because just around the corner are all the thrill-packed parties of middle age.
Next, the Justice. In fair, round belly.
Ow! I bought into Arkham Investments when it was only 10 a share.
I bought them for 8.
No, that was delicious. You must give me the recipe.
You gave it to me at your last dinner party.
And this is the villa we rented in Tuscany?
We rented that villa too.
Chocolates.
But some prefer to grow old disgracefully, spicing up their humdrum lives by exploring the extremes of human experience.
I bought these nipple clamps when they were only 10 a pair.
I bought them for 8.
You must give me the recipe for this lubricant.
You gave it to me at your last suburban sex party.
And this is the dungeon in Amsterdam where they whipped us?
They flagellated us there too.
Chocolates.
Pathetic, isn't it? You won't catch me becoming middle-aged. Think young, and you are young. That's my motto.
Somebody's dad's here to pick them up.
The scene of all that ends our strange, eventful history is second childishness and mere oblivion.
You smell of weed! You smell of weed!
Listen up, fossils. We have a new member of staff joining us today. Please welcome Doctor.
Hello? Hey, I'd get crashed the opening of a milk carton. The birthday girl.
Are you my son?
I hope not. I was hoping for a shag.
When I advertised for a warm-hearted nonconformist, I expected someone more Robin Williams.
Call this a party? It's the night before the morning after the night of the living dead.
Well, screw you.
No, that's more like it.
Screw you and your mother.
Come on, if you think you're hot enough, which I doubt unless you're on Viagra.
When I was young, I could have kicked your red butt.
And so could all of you. You charged an enemy machine gun nest on Normandy Beach, armed only with a bayonet.
I did.
And you were Madam Whiplash, the S&M mistress who brought 3 conservative governments to their knees.
Oh, I did!
And you beat Ernest Hemingway in a drinking contest by knocking back a bottle of bleach.
I did?
See? And you're Keith Richards.
I am?
See? So now, how can you people just sit there?
She's paralyzed.
Oh, okay. But how can the rest of you?
He's right. The people we were are the people we are. Let's party!
Come on, everybody, rave. Rave against the dying of the light.
My eye!
Oh, my spleen!
Can we keep on cashing their checks?
Well, all good things must come to an end, and so must rubbish like this. And what better way to wrap up our series than with a big rap party?
No, they cut me after only 2 episodes. Said I was too weird.
And in your wonderful world of the future, do women have more freedom?
What are women?
Chocolates.
Hello, my name's Jay, and I'd like to talk to you about animation budgets. You know, you can save a fortune if you use the same footage over and over and over.
Father, some of the other performers seem to have been paid for their work.
Oh, well, don't worry, son. I've got your money wisely invested.
Good, because I wouldn't want to have to tell Serge how his parents really died.
Hey, you were the one who wanted the jacket. I'd like to thank all the people who've made this series what it is. The English teachers, what never taught the writers proper grammar. The producers, what never raised enough money to pay for the...
Oh, you! Your name, Hell? We've come for the scenery. And the costumes.
All right, folks, move along. Nothing more to see here.
But the real party was just getting started. Oh.
Yes, all the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players. They have their entrances and their exits. I can fly!